Afternoon. This is Nita and Miss Panda with the Timepiece Garden. Oh, it's an interesting day. I had my last physical therapy appointment this morning. And Panda had her 3-year vet appointment. She has decided she does not like the vet. She actually snarled at him 3 times during the appointment. That included with the nurse holding Panda and me holding her head. You know, telling her she was a good girl, and she was just like, "Mom, the vet touches me again, and I'm gonna bite him." She was not happy with him. So, we've been kind of just lounging around in the house for a little while. She took a nap and how do I say it? Just kind of, let her relax on her own. She was like, "Okay, I'm ready to come outside." So we're outside. She likes outside. Having said that, what am I going to do? I'm going to start with cleanup. I had something else on my list of stuff to do today. I'm going to do cleanup today. I've got, stuff sitting here like the snow shovel and the ice pick and just salt that needs to go into the house near the water softener. Let's just get some stuff cleaned up. Same thing, I got stuff around the fig I got to clean up, and that's just where we're going to start. Let's just clean some stuff up. I got stuff laying around everywhere, and it doesn't need to lay around everywhere. So, you're not going to be interested in that. So Pan and I will talk to you a little later when we move on to the next task. So, see you in a few. Clean up. Messing around the figs, all been cleaned up. All the wire hoops, etc., cold frames in the garden 3 have all been cleaned up. It's all right there. That way it's in a central location so I can deal with it as I need to deal with it. There was a bunch of, hey, zoom out just a little. There was a bunch of wire stuff here. It's all in one location. And everything that is not a wire cold frame hoop. I miss Panda Bears. What you doing, girlfriend? What you doing? You playing with mamas? Are you leaning against mamas? You're such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yeah, she's still not feeling well. She only leans up against me like this when she just wants to give mama hugs and wants mama to give her hugs. Yeah, I know. She didn't like the vet today. Anyway, it's all cleaned up. It's in one central location. I'll be able to come back and take the plastic off the wire and, reuse the wire for other frames or shade covers this summer. Just, it's all in one place now instead of 3 different locations. Yes, which is always an awesome thing. Just, general cleanup. Always an awesome thing before spring hits and before all the snakes come out. So, yeah. All cleared up, all cleaned up, makes it easier to mow. Panda's like, "Okay, let's go do something, Mom." I'm going to move on to the next thing. I just don't know where that is yet. I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to be doing the pear trees. I've not done them yet. Might do that tomorrow after my workout. I don't know. Just not decided. Alright, I'll talk to y'all later. Just a side note. It's one of my red buds. I'm hoping it shows up on film. It's not in full bloom yet, but it needs like a day or 2 and it's just gonna pop. Alright. So, started this project. Not finished it yet. If you notice, that's my pear. And then to his left and right, there's a T-post. There's an official name for it, but there are certain fruit trees that are dwarf or semi-dwarf that you can grow like a grapevine and have it go left and right instead of up and down. So you'll see the string and the little blue tie right there. That's roughly 16 inches up from ground level. And then if you truly look at the pear tree, you'll see where his lower vines, or lower branches, does that make sense? Pretty much match up with that 16 inches. Now that string will be replaced by wire, and the branches to the left and to the right will get a piece of hose wrapped around them, and they will be bent to follow that line, just kind of curved over so they go left and right. What happens long term is the tree goes 12 feet wide instead of 12 feet tall. Does that make sense? And it also makes it, since I'm on this hillside here, that I don't have to get up here with a ladder to prune or to harvest fruit. Does that make sense? Because it'll be 12 feet wide, and every gap going up is 16 inches. So, you know, it's only 36 inches tall. Well, I'm 5'9", I'm 60 inches tall. Does that make sense? So I can do that, maintain it. It's easier to prune, easier to harvest fruit. And when I actually get to the age where they're ready to start doing fruit, I've got to get an electric fence around them. I already know that. But this year is the year for me to start attaching them to the wires. That makes sense? Now this one's not ready for me to do that. Hey, where are we at? Yeah, in the right place. He's not ready for me to do that. If you look at him, you don't even see his buds on him yet. He's still just stems. Now I've been up close. He has little red buds on him. He's just not leafed out yet. Where that one, where is he at? There he is. I mean, since he's ready, I literally will be out here tomorrow running the wire so I can start bending his branches appropriately for at least the first 2 rows. But that's what I was out here doing, is all the T-posts are in, you know, to do what they need to do. Now the T-post that's behind them, that's always been there. That was put in the year they were planted, and the fencing to keep the deer from eating them was attached to that, so it wouldn't go anywhere. So anyway, yeah, it's half of today's project done. You know, it's kind of awesome. All right, I will talk to you later. Yep, so last set of T-posts are in. There's one there. This one up here still got the banger on it. I did that because this is a muscadine grape. And it used to grow up the tree, and I cut it because I wanted it to not grow up the tree. And it has come back, so, which is awesome. It didn't kill it. So now what I get to do is attempt to manage it, just like I do the fruit trees. Let's get it up and attached to this pole, and then run across wires to that pole. And see if I can actually get some muscadine grapes. You know? If it doesn't work, it's not a problem. I'll come pull my T-posts out. If it does work, I got grapes. Now this is one of the sunnier side of the yards, because this is the support brackets for the power pole. So, you know, how do I say this? The power company always comes and keeps the trees real clear. Grapes like a lot of sunlight when they go to ripen, so we shall see. With that, let me put tools away. I'm done banging in T-post. Tomorrow I will run wire and start, you know, using I've got an old soaker hose that is, the end was chewed off by that rodent a year ago. So cut 1-inch strips, kind of cut it in half. Put it around to protect the branches and or the vines, and attach it to the wires. So, let me go clean up, and Miss Panda and I will talk to you later.